Number 1 asks us to add two fractions, so we need to remember that we need common denominators when we're adding fractions. So I like to write them one on top of the other, and it helps me to find the common denominator. So if I'm looking at the denominators of 7 and 2, I can always multiply those two together to get a common denominator. So I can say that 7 times 2 is 14, so I know that they have a common denominator of 14. And then I say 2 times what gives me 14, and 2 times 7 gives me 14. So I'm also going to multiply this by 7. So 1 times 7 would be 7. And then 7 times what gives me 14, and that's 2. So I'm going to multiply the 6 by 2 to give me 12. And then I'm going to add my numerators, which are the numbers on top. So 12 plus 7 gives me 19 over 14. I would look to see if that would reduce, and it doesn't look like it will. So my solution is going to be 19 over 14. Alright, looking at number 2. Okay, so this one asks us to divide. So when we divide, remember that we can keep, flip, change, or basically multiply by the reciprocal. I'll show you what that looks like. So we're going to take the first number, we're going to keep it. So 4/3. We're going to change the sign. So instead of division, we're going to have multiplication. And instead of 4/5, we're going to take the reciprocal, which is 5 over 4, 5/4. And then you can multiply straight across. So 4 times 5 gives you 20. 3 times 4 gives you 12. And then you're going to need to reduce that. I know 4 goes into 20 5 times, and 4 goes into 12 3 times. So I could say that that one reduced would be 5/3. Number 3 says if x equals 3, so that's an opportunity for us to plug in any time that we see an x, we're going to replace it with 3. So let's go ahead and do that. So we're going to have 3, and I like to put my every time I'm going to plug it in, I like to put it in parentheses because it helps me to remember that there's a multiplication opportunity for me. Okay, so now I need to remember what PEMDAS tells me to do, and I need to work within the parentheses. And within these parentheses, I see that I have an exponent, so I'm going to do that first. So I know 3 squared is going to give me 9, and then what that leaves me left is 2 times -8. I'm going to go ahead and rewrite. I can go ahead and say plus 9. I know that 3 times 3 is going to be 9. So now I'm looking at an opportunity for me to multiply 2 times 9 or subtract 8. So I know PEMDAS tells me I need to multiply first. So that's going to leave me with 5 times 18, because 2 times 9 is 18, minus 8. And then if I'm still working within the parentheses, I need to do this 18 minus 8. So 9 plus 5 times 10, and then still thinking of PEMDAS, I know I need to multiply first, so I'm going to do this 5 times 10 first, which is going to give me 50, and then last I need to add 9, which gives me a final solution of 59. Alright, so we need to simplify this expression, and in order to do that, first we're going to want to distribute that 7 onto the parentheses. So what that looks like, if I rewrite, I'm going to have 12x minus 7 times 4, which is 32x, and 7 times 9. And notice that I have a negative times a negative, so it's actually going to be a positive 63 plus 3. Alright, so now I need to look for like terms, and I see this negative 12x and this, the 12x and this negative 32x can combine to give me negative 20, and then I've got this 63 and this 3 that are going to combine to give me a positive 66. Oh, I forgot my x here. So now that I'm looking at negative 20x and positive 66, those are not like terms, so I can say that that can be my final solution. It would also be correct if you wrote it like this.